Hello and welcome. So, Trump knew the coronavirus was deadly, but he downplayed it because he did not want to create a panic. Here's a clip of him talking to Bob Woodward. It's a short clip where he admits the seriousness of the virus threat.
And so, what was President Xi saying yesterday?
Well, we were talking mostly about the virus, and I think he's going to have it in good shape. But it's a very tricky situation.
Indeed,
it goes through air, Bob. That's always tougher than the touch. The touch, you don't have to touch things, right? But the air, you just breathe the air, and that's how it's passed. And so that's a very tricky one. That's a very delicate one. It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus. People don't realize we lose 25,000, 30,000 people a year here. Who would ever think that, right?
I know. It's
pretty amazing. And then I say, well, is that the same thing? This is more deadly. This is 5 per. This is 5% versus 1% and less than 1%. So this is deadly stuff.
This actually reminds me of something that I did. When I was a kid, I was playing outside my home and broke a massive glass wall that ran through an entire section of my home's outside wall. I tried to fix it on my own as if it was a possibility to fix it, and broke the entire thing, and everything came crashing down. The best part, even after bringing the whole thing down, I just went inside my home and kept quiet as if nothing happened. I just did not want to create a panic. I still think this was one of the stupidest things that I have ever done, and I was just a kid. But how can a president, a person who is responsible for an entire country, not be ready to get the country behind him and rise up to the challenge, rally everyone to face the enemy? Okay, so Trump's defense is that he did not want to create panic. Is downplaying the virus the only way to do that? What about telling them, hey, listen, this is serious, but it is not beyond our capacity to stop this? We will have to take some hard decisions, but I am, the president you elected, is going to be there with you every step of the way. We have more technological resources than anyone in the world and a healthcare system that can handle any fallout, and I will push as much money as it's needed until the virus disappears. We are going to stop this without hurting our economy, and this is my plan. And this is how we are going to get out of this. Would that have created a panic? If Trump stood in the White House lawn, just like how he did during the convention, telling Americans how he is planning to stop the virus and use his position to calm the nerves, that would have not only stopped the panic, it would have mobilized the entire country in one direction and stopped the pandemic long before it even started. Absolutely possible to do. But I guess he took the easy way out, a way that swallowed hundreds of thousands of lives. Think about the protesters who keep marching down the streets. Would they have come out had the president adequately warned us about the coronavirus? If they knew that hydroxychloroquine is not a magic cure, and if they knew that they have to wear a mask at all times when they are in public spaces. Now, these protests would have had a lot less people had the president addressed the nation, told Americans clearly the problems we are facing and the things that we need to do together to stop this thing in its tracks. If the administration's argument is we did this to not create panic, what is the point of promoting hydroxychloroquine? Why do we keep downplaying the use of masks? Why do we still not have a national plan to counter this threat? Are we still not trying to create panic as we march towards crushing 200,000 American families? We are now way beyond panic now. We just don't care about how many die. Watch this senior woman telling an NBC reporter that she's not worried about coronavirus and that definitely not that many people have died as it is being reported in the media.
Take a listen to some of what I heard. How worried are you about the coronavirus?
I'm not.
You're not? Why not?
Now I'm not, because I've seen what happens. A lot of people that they say are dying of it are not. They're just putting that down on the death certificate.
Are you saying you don't believe that as many people have died from it as
Oh, definitely not.
This is what you get when we don't tell people the truth and call every media outlet except one as fake. How many more families should we crush beyond recognition before we accept that we have a problem? How many kids must grow up without a father or mother? Is not creating panic directly equal to taking care of the economy first and worry about lives later? Anyway, the other worst part about this whole saga is the White House press secretary coming out and saying that the president never downplayed the virus when he told Bob Woodward that's exactly what he was doing.
How can the president bear no responsibility for the almost 200,000 lives lost when he downplayed the virus initially and he knew how contagious and deadly it was? I don't understand how that can...
The president never downplayed the virus.
So, not telling the truth is the new normal at the White House. What if the next president or the future ones accept this new normal and start doing the same? And what happens when nobody inside and outside the country trusts anything the White House says from here on out? Imagine that for a minute. If there is another pandemic, let's say 8 or 10 years from now, and the White House then says that it will go away, people are going to be like, yeah, we have heard this before. And even if the White House was indeed telling the truth in the future, our history will tell us not to believe a single word. So what will we do? We will create panic. And we can all thank one person for getting us there. Thanks for watching.